It's a cold morning here in Accra and most parts of the country, but life goes on. Hello and welcome to the most interactive show in Ghana, JoyNews Interactive. My name is Selina Mampo and I'm ready to mirror your comments to the rest of the world. So do send them to our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's JoyNews on TV. We are live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. Now let's start with what some say will be a likely war of words between Communications Ministry and operators of the free-to-air television service in the country. This is because of policy that seeks to charge viewers of their free-to-air channels. The Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association is particularly unhappy with the decision and wants the ministry to reconsider its stance. Well, you, our viewers, are at the receiving end of this maze. So what do you think? Let's hop onto Facebook to read some of your comments. And Ofosu Hene says they've decided to hunt us down. Bernard K. Yabwa also says, soon time will be asked to pay for the air. And Harris Ul-Saman Islam, says, when they come, I will just ask them to sell the TV, take their fees, and give me the change to check my how far. And Kwesi Brony GH says, Ghanaians will reorganize ourselves to re-ignore the paying of TV license. Poor graphics. Okay. And Kofi Stevens says, a modified way to collect TV license. So he's asking, is this a modified way to collect our TV license? And Papi Hoya says, in this age of downloading or streaming TV series, who cares about Ghana free-to-air TV content? And George Danka says, Ghana bear the small money we they receive crampo, we know they see top, and you're expecting us to pay waiting, apu. Imwano Boedu Dankwa says, my TV is now for seasonal movies. I'll use my phone or radio whenever I need to listen to the news, and I almost forgot that patronizing the library gets me updated. Let's move away from that to another issue that will interest you. I remember a colleague telling me that we are no longer the ones who break the news. Social media users do. Well, it is evident in this story I'm about to share with you that you remember some ladies caught on camera throwing rubbish into some flowing gutter somewhere in Madina Zongo. If you don't remember, take a look at this video. So this went viral on social media. A team of residents and the police officers went to their house to arrest them, but they met no one. Good news is they have finally been picked up by the Ghana Police Service, and thanks to a patriotic citizen, Christian Thompson, for filming them in action. But before we read your comments on social media, here's an update from the Citizen Police.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the area where the ladies were throwing garbage into the drain. We have now come here with the officers to arrest the culprits. This is an embarrassment to the country, and it's about time that we bring an end to this sort of nonsense. As you can see, this is where they were throwing all the garbage, and they run into the house, and we are going in there now to see what can be done. This is the neighborhood we are in. This is where they throw the garbage. They cook here. After they cook here, they take all the garbage here and then throw it outside in the gutter. So we are here now to see the residents. Yeah.
Well, updates from the Citizen Police. Well, let's hop onto social media to find out what you had to say about that. And Jackie Hannibal says community service over jail term or fine. They should be instructed to sweep the entire neighborhood daily for 5 months. And Joshua Mingle also says, I don't dispute the fact that what these ladies did was an unhealthy practice. Whatever sanctions there is, I believe they should face it. However, I would be grateful if the same promptness of responses to the poor citizens offenders of the law will be administered to the rich also in Ghana. And Edem Ofuekobi says, one of the best things I've seen done in Ghana. Kudos to whoever is behind this. Let's circulate more wrongdoings on social media for sanity. But same laws must be applied to big men who get corrupt, misappropriate funds, and other forms of crime. And George Edubuatin says they should be jailed at most 5 years. This will serve as a deterrent to others. And Kingsley Malone says, wonderful work by the police, but please, they should be active on everyone else like these women, be it the ministers, the MPs, and whoever else. It shouldn't just be some selected citizens in the country. The law needs to hold every single soul in this country, including the president, accountable. And Nanaya Owusu-Anochi says, have you now seen that it wasn't a matter of big English but actions on the ground? These citizens led the crusade. Do you think these ladies, after the ordeal they'll go through, will ever do that again? And Idris Ninche says, good job done, but I hope the authorities will use their common sense to give judgment to them. In my opinion, do not charge them any money. Do not sentence them. They just have them do community service by sweeping the neighborhood where they live for a month or two. They got to sweep every morning and evening. And Kwekwa Jimambedu says, they should be given a communal sentence. Kwame Sapon Nana says they shouldn't be jailed, rather sweep the area for 5 months. Well, it's time for us to take a short breather and we'll be back with more stories. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Selina Mampo. Well, still on arrest, Ahmad Ahmad, the president of the football governing body, CAF, has been trending on social media following reports that he had been arrested in France over allegations of corruption. Interestingly, Ghanaians have found a way of linking his arrest to the number 12 expose of Anas, which starred former Ghana Football Association boss Kwesi Nyantakyi. And this happened on the day that documentary clocked 1 year. Let's read social media users' reactions to Ahmad Ahmad's arrest. And Enoch Anochi says, Ghanaians are always quick to judge. And Dick Trustee says, Kwesi Nyantakyi in brother Anna. Michael Meho says, how can you free Nyantakyi and detain this man? Daniel Odro says, if Ahmad Ahmad goes down, it will reflect badly on FIFA President Infantino. Why? Because we may not admit it, but Infantino was crucial in getting Ahmad the CAF job. And Amako Amwasi says, weird coincidence. On June 6, 2018, Kwesi Nyantakyi, who was the then CAF first vice president, was exposed. Apologies for that. And Thanos' wife says, a year after number 12, Ahmad gets arrested in France. And Dika, the black guy, says, I support you, Ma. This is serious madness. I never knew Ahmad will allow this to happen to our football. And Damzi says, Issa Hayatu didn't go onto the pitch during a CAF Champions League final to settle quarrels or get arrested outside of the continent while attending a FIFA program. Perhaps the hope Ahmad brought didn't even exist in the first place. And Kenan says, President of CAF Ahmad arrested in Paris, France over corruption allegations. Hashtag who fools who. And Sirekwakwa says, Ahmad be the whole African version of Ghana's Kwesi Nyantakyi. And before we tell you what our most watched videos are, what will you say is your biggest story this week and why? Join us via phone lines 030221169102. Numbers again 030221169102. So do give us a call and we'll shortly answer you, and then you tell us what has been your biggest story this week. Now let's hop on to our most watched videos this week. And our first most watched video is, that video had 29,000 views, 852 reactions, 547 comments, and 347 shares. It is a video of President Akufo-Addo asking Ghanaians to change their attitude towards sanitation to end the perennial flooding in Accra.
We're talking about these infrastructural matters. We must also talk about our own habits. That's right. We have to talk about our attitudes. We have a situation in our country, time and again, Ghanaians, we want this, we want that. But the attitudinal change that would enable us to be able to to bring value to these demands, that is always left out, up till today. Whilst as the Odon River is being dredged, there are still people at home who, when the rains come, think that the easiest way to deal with dirt in their houses is to throw it out into the gutters. Those things have to come to a stop. We all have to speak to each other in Ghana to bring those things to a stop. Because if we don't, no matter the investment that we made, at the end of the day, we'll be back to square one. And I'm not prepared to spend your money in that way again.
Well, speaking of rains, it rained throughout the night. I'm sure most of you just slept through like babies. But, well, some places in Accra got flooded. If your area got flooded, do send us a message on social media. Just tell us what your situation is in your area, and we'll do well to read those comments. Now, let's hop on to our second most watched video of the week. And our second most watched video of the week is a video of two women who braved the rains to throw rubbish outside, and I'm sure you all know that video. And that video had 27,000 views, 423 reactions, 450 comments, 192 shares. Let's take a look at that video again. Now let's hop on to social media to find out what the situation is in your area after the floods or as a cause of the rains. And we have Kweku Menu, who says, beautiful. If they stop littering, the place, flooding will stop. And Obed Mogzo Kwanza says, until we change our attitudes, we must accept that the floods have come to live with us. We also have Philip Afum from Bibiani on the line, and he's going to tell us what has been his biggest story this week. Hello, Philip.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very good, and you?
I'm awesome. What has been your biggest story this week?
Oh, so far, my biggest story was about when Mahama Yarga was playing hide and seek with the special prosecutor.
What about that story touched you?
The reason why this story touched me so much was that, you see, our members of parliament saying that because of the indemnity clauses in the 1992 constitution, so they can choose to do whatever they want. And when you invite them to come and make trials in court, they'll just go and quote you from the constitution. And I really, let me recommend the Speaker of Parliament and moreover recommend the presiding judge who was to preside over that case to call Mahama Yarga to appear before the court and come and defend himself.
Thank you very much, Philip Afum from Bibiani. He says the trial of Mahama Yarga has been his biggest story this week. Let's hop on back to Facebook to find out from you the aftermath of the flood, or what's your situation in your area after the floods or the rains. And we have Alhaji Al-Hassan, who says, today is raining here in Tamale. By God's grace, there is no flood in my area. We thank God for you. And Mfum Daniel says, it serves them right. They're not supposed to put houses there, but they don't take simple instructions. So why are they crying? And Kofi David says, we shall forget this in the next few days when the rain stops. Short memory leaders. And Swalesu governor says the rains will never stop, but we as citizens can stop flooding if we change our attitude and habits. This is what I thought can reduce the rate of flooding. Government should set a day for clearing debris in gutters across the perimeters of Ghana. And back on the phone lines, we have Gregory Asiedu from Takrady. Hello, Gregory.
Yeah, hello, my
How
sister.
are you doing?
Very well, yourself?
I'm awesome. What has been your biggest story this week?
Yeah, my biggest story has been, Mr. Akufo-Addo's, I think, truthful exposure that the women empowerment in our country, lacks some level of dynamism. He made that, that statement Mr. Akufo-Addo made is so profound to me. I think it's a fact that there's a lack of dynamism in yes, and then I think all of a sudden you have some critics attempting to I don't know how to put it, but trying to pitch the president against his word. But if you listen to the president very well, I think the president meant well. The president meant well that there should be more push from our women so that they can be involved in the decision making in the country. And I think the president made the right call. Let's support that call and then help a lot of women to be involved in our decision making in this country.
Thank you very much, Gregory Asiedu from Takrady. He says his biggest story was the speech of the president about women empowerment. Well, last on the list of our most watched videos of the week, that video had 24,000 views, 404 reactions, 271 comments, 141 shares, and it is the same video of President Akufo-Addo at the Much Talk About Women Deliver conference. Let's take a listen to that.
The majority of the people in Ghana are women.
Yes.
52% of our population is women. So if we have to have an ordered society, to have a fair society, those statistics should count. They should be decisive in what is done. And they're going to be decisive when politicians like Natasha, she's a politician. She is a politician. I think that President Kenyatta would agree with me, and so would Justice Trudeau. She is a politician. when they are able to be where the decisions are made. Because at the end of the day, communities or groups talking for themselves and being representative does not translate into power. The most important thing is power, that you sit around the table whereby the decisions that you make are enforced and become the norms and regulations by which the society lives. So I think that is the, for me, what I've seen in the 2.5 years that I've been in office, that not enough movement is being made by the 52% of the Ghanaian population that are women to be able to be in the position to make these decisions. The cabinet that I had, some 30-odd% of them are women.
30%.
30%. Is not good enough.
So next,
it doesn't
20%
reflect
more next year.
Well,
yes.
And as if they re-elect me, we'll see. But
if you
that
campaign
push,
on that, they might.
Is that push that is key. And we are not, this may sound for the ears of people like I have very reactionary. We're not seeing enough dynamism and activism on the part of those who are seeking this new. We're not. We're not. No, yeah, we're not. I'm talking about dynamism where it matters.
When was the last time you saw a dynamic head of state?
I'm saying the dynamic is not sitting around here talking. I'm talking about electing people to parliament, controlling political parties, because they're the instruments by which our societies make decisions.
Well, that's it for us on JoyNews Interactive. My name is Selina Ampo. Do enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.